Now we are going to see the work of the ice, how the ice is helping to form the different landscape. And especially when we are thinking about what is glaciers, we want to understand these are the river of ice. It is the river part. It is really the river part, and it is filled with snow. It is filled with snow, and we will feel like that it is totally filled with snow. But it in summer season or some time when it is moving altogether, it will move and it will take big rocks also with this because of the force of the water, and it is eroding the landscape by bulldozing soil and stones to expose the solid rock below. The near on downside the river bed, we can see the big rocks, and even the that rock they are taking the big rocks, means the from the rock they with the force of the water moving, it will become the stones and it will move with that. And glaciers carve out a deep hollow there. When it is moving, the water is moving, that time it is if it is rock, and here we can see the glacier, the ice snow it is. And when it is moving this part, it may take first, then slowly it may take like this down curved, it will carve the stones of that area. As the ice melt and they get filled with water and become beautiful lake. And because the when the glaciers it is moving, and that time it will move, and the area it is becoming like this. And when the glaciers it is melting, that time we can see it is filled with water and it is forming like a lake. And like that many lakes we can see in the Jammu Kashmir area, or in especially in the Himalayan area. The materials carried by the glaciers, such as big and small rock and sand and slit, it is deposited, and these deposits are known as the glacier glacial moraines. It is known as the glacial moraines. We already studied the rivers, it is forming the deposit, it is known as the river delta. Like that the glacier it is depositing the things, and it is forming the land area, that is known as the glacial moraines. So we are studying about the what is glacial moraines with the help of ice, how the soil erosion or the erosion it is happening after the erosion, when it will deposit in one area, how it is forming the land area or the landform of the earth. We can see here one of the glacier, the downside this is the glacier area, and it is covered with snow now. And afterwards when it is moving, sometimes it will take this big stone as it is, and sometimes it will take to deeper, and that deeper area it will fill with water. When ice melt, that time it will forming the form of lake. And especially we can see two things, one is the lakes, how it is forming, another one glacial moraines. Two things we are getting because of work of ice. Then we are moving to the next part, that is work of wind. We know that especially in the desert region, we can see that one very nicely. And here it is given the picture of sand dunes. That is the one thing what we want to study in this part, work of the wind. And if you are visiting desert, we can see the sand dunes and loose, like the two loose, like the two things we can see, one sand dunes, another one is loose. And we know the agent of the erosion in the desert area, that is the wind. First sentence, an active agent of erosion and deposition in the desert. The erosion also happening with the help of wind, as well as deposition also. In desert we can see a rock in the shape of mushroom. Commonly it is known as mushroom rock, because this is the rock, and here downside this is narrow area, because the wind is coming again and again. When wind comes, it will come with sand, it is the touching the rock. And the downside part where they are getting the heavy wind, that part is becoming narrower, and other part it is becoming the broader one. That's why that rock is known as mushroom rock. And winds erode the lower section of the rock more than the upper part. Therefore such rocks have narrower base and wider top. That's why it is known as mushroom rocks. When the wind blows, it lifts and transports sand from one place to another, and when it stops blowing, the sands fall and get the deposit in low hills or like a hill like a structure that is known as sand dunes. If the wind it is taking the sand and it is depositing, and like a small hill like a shape it is coming, it is known as the sand dunes. And next part, it is when the grains of the sand are very fine and light. After again and again it is eroding with the help of wind, and it is becoming very light and fine sand, then the wind can carry it over to very long distance, not to 10 kilometers or 20 kilometers, more than that. And when the such sand is deposited in large areas, then it is known as loess. And we can see that very good example in China, and that sand is very fine, very fine and very lightweight, and that's why it is moving, and that hills also very nice to see. So what all things we discuss in the lesson? Work of the wind, then we discuss about the work of ice, then we discuss about the sea waves, how it is helping. Then next one is the river water, very especially river water. In that way we discuss many things, and we know then these are the major landforms, how it is forming, some of the agents, how we are getting the formation of landforms. This is exogenic movement of force of the earth to make the landforms. We discuss about two types of movement of earth. One is endogenic, another one is exogenic. And in exogenic we are discussed very detailed way: river, wind, sea waves, glaciers, all these things we discuss. And here we discuss only earthquake and volcano, and landslide like that things not discussed. Then higher classes you will get information. So we studied about four exogenic and forces and two endogenic forces. By this we are completing the lesson, and today you will get your worksheet, and you can solve it and you can send to me tomorrow. Have a nice day.